2 years of business school, a huge loan, a shiny degree, and if you believe the brochures, the keys to the C-suite. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most MBA programs are brilliant at some things and surprisingly weak at others. In this video, I'm ripping off the velvet curtain to talk about what almost every MBA business school still lacks and what you should know before you apply or accept that offer letter. So let's go. Number 1, real consistent training in the digital tools that run business today. Many MBAs learn finance models and frameworks, but fewer get deep, hands-on experience with the actual tools companies use. Modern data stacks, AI tools, product analytics, no-code automation, and cloud workflows. Employers increasingly list data and AI skills among their top needs, and schools are racing to catch up. But the gap remains. Lectures and case studies don't really translate to repeated applied work on real tech. If you want to manage a digital product or lead analytics, you'll likely need extra coursework, boot camps, or side projects, even after an MBA. Number 2, deep vocational skills for non-finance and non-consulting careers. Top MBAs funnel a lot of students into consulting and finance pipelines. That's not wrong. Those industries hire aggressively. But it means functional training for careers like product management, operations in scale-ups, social enterprise, and founder-led growth can be shallow or siloed. Schools will offer electives, but the standard curriculum often prioritizes finance and strategy frameworks over the day-to-day operational playbooks used by startup leaders. Number 3, practical experience that mimics messy, ambiguous day-to-day leadership. Case studies are terrific for argument and diagnosis, but the business world is messy, long horizon, and politically complex. Short cases, simulations, and project sprints rarely replicate the months of stakeholder management, iterative product pivots, and failure cycles that leaders face. Many programs have experiential options, but they're uneven and not always available to every student. Number 4, enough emphasis on sales, revenue, and customer-facing skills. Here's the surprise. Schools talk leadership and strategy, but they underinvest in teaching students how to sell. Not as in persuasion theory, but as in designing repeatable go-to-market processes, conducting priced pilots, and owning revenue outcomes. Founders and operators repeatedly tell us the best business training is figuring out how to make something people will pay for. Textbook modules and case debates don't always teach that. Number 5, mental health support and realistic workload structuring. MBA culture prizes hustle. That can mean brilliant late-night team sessions and strong cohort bonds. And it can also mean burnout. Schools are improving mental health services, but many programs still under-resource counseling, underestimate the stress of career transitions, and normalize 80-hour weeks for competitive students. That cultural expectation matters. It affects learning, well-being, and long-term career choices. Number 6, inclusive global perspectives that actually change power dynamics. Top programs trumpet diversity, which is great, but structural inequities persist. Who designs curricula? Which alumni get the prime recruiting slots? Are case libraries dominated by Western corporate success stories? Schools are adding global electives and DEI initiatives, but many students from non-traditional backgrounds still find networks and gatekeepers inaccessible. Diversity without power shifting is performative. Number 7, a mismatch with employer needs. Soft skills and technical hybrids. Employers consistently say they want MBAs who combine rigorous business judgment with applied technical skills and emotional intelligence. Surveys from recruiters show demand for critical thinking, leadership, and emerging digital capabilities. And yet, many graduates are perceived as strong on theory, but weak on applied, cross-functional hybrids. The result? Employers prefer MBAs who also bring demonstrable analytics or product chops. Number 8, entrepreneurship training that goes beyond pitch decks. Business schools are full of entrepreneurship labs and accelerators, but the most valuable startup lessons aren't in pitches. They're in customer discovery, fundraising, hiring the first 5 employees, and surviving cash scarcity. Too often, entrepreneurial coursework still centers on valuation models and VC slides, rather than early customer acquisition, unit economics, and founder mental resilience. Number 9, career services tailored to mid-career pivots and non-traditional paths. Career centers excel at helping students land traditional MBA roles, consulting, investment banking, tech product roles. But for a student aiming to transition into climate policy, social impact, or to start a small business, the structured pipelines are thinner. Alumni mentoring programs exist, but they can be a hit or miss and often favor the majority career tracks. The result, students pursuing atypical paths need to be proactive and resourceful. Number 10, ethical training that addresses modern dilemmas in practice. Most programs have ethics modules and corporate responsibility electives, but ethical decision-making in the classroom is often stripped of the pressure and incentives that warp real choices. How do you weigh surveillance-driven growth versus privacy? What happens when shareholder returns conflict with long-term social costs? Schools discuss these questions, but fewer give students tools to operationalize ethics when business realities push back. So, should you skip business school? Short answer, not necessarily. An MBA still offers enormous value. Frameworks, network, credibility, and a structured space to experiment and pivot. Recruiters still actively hire MBAs, and many alumni credit their degree for career acceleration. But knowing what schools generally lack helps you close the gaps. So, what should you do to get the most from an MBA? Be surgical with electives. Pick hands-on courses that teach tools, not just theory. Do real projects. Join a consulting project, start a paid pilot, or work with an accelerator. Learn tech tools independently. Take short courses in SQL, Python, product analytics, or Gen AI. Invest in sales and customer work. Volunteer to run a tiny go-to-market for a startup or club. Build your own mentorship network. Reach beyond the career center and connect with alumni doing what you want. Prioritize well-being, set boundaries, and use counseling resources early. It's a fact that recruiters continue to value MBAs, but they're increasingly specific about hybrid technical and leadership skills. So do the work to pair your credential with applied capabilities. Some final thoughts. Business schools are not static. Many are revising curricula to include analytics labs, AI electives, entrepreneurship studios, and paid client engagements. Accreditation bodies and industry surveys are pushing schools to align closer to employer needs. But real change takes time. Faculty hiring cycles, tenure rules, and accreditation standards slow curriculum overhauls. If you care about real-world readiness, look for programs that publish concrete experiential offerings, partnerships with startups and tech firms, and clear career outcomes by industry. Business school will give you a powerful toolkit, but it's not a magic bullet. Use it to build something real, then keep iterating. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video and got value out of it, please hit the like button down below, and on your way down there, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. That's it for today, and I'll catch you next time.